Hello, my name is Grandmaster Jody Perry, and this is Iron Wing Aiki Jiu-Jitsu. Tonight, we'd like to show you how to use a bridge to close a gap using techniques from Wing Chun called Dan Chi. Working with me tonight are two of my students, one of my instructors, Sensei Sean Donahue, and one of my students, Charles Miller. So, first of all, let's talk about the bridge. And I'll use Sean Donahue, please, Sensei. A bridge can be any connection that we try to make. Once we touch each other, this can be a bridge. It can be any kind of grabbing, any hand, it's a bridge. I could grab his head, we could do head to head, we could do just head to head, that's a bridge. Any kind of a connection we call a bridge. In Aikido, Aikido is a passive sport, so a passive martial art. So in Aikido, what they do is they draw people out. They make them come out to them. Instead of reaching and trying to grab a hold of the person, they draw them out. That's something that we're going to work on tonight. I want to draw him to get into a position that I like to use. One of the techniques that I like to use is the Russian 2-on-1, and that's what I'm going to use first of all. Okay, so what I want to do is he can grab a hold of me. If he grabs a hold of me, then my bridge is already made. If I happen to him reaching for my head and I stop him here, my bridge is made. If he happens to go for my leg and I stop him here, the bridge is made. Okay, so in Wing Chun, Dan Chi is almost like that. Same technique. You got an inside block, and you have an upward block, and you have a downward block. Changing to the other side, which you also want to try changing your feet, will teach you how to wrestle on both sides, is you got an inside block, you got an upward block, and you got a downward block. Back again, the other side. If you'll notice, I'm also guarding my face. That's just a good habit to get into. Also, for wrestling, it's good to get your hands up there. So get used to being here. Don't have this hand on vacation down here doing nothing. So I have an inside block again, out of Dan Chi, Wing Chun, upward block, and a downward block. Changing my feet. I'm going to have an inside block, an upward block, and a downward block. So this is our bridge. I want him to reach inside, I'm going to come inside here. If he's reaching for my head, I'm going to block him upside here. If he's reaching down for my leg, I'm going to block him outside of here. Dan Chi. Going in, up, down. Okay, so I'm going to have these guys do a little Dan Chi and just kind of play around with that. We're not grabbing or throwing yet, okay? Do you guys wouldn't mind? Go ahead, please. Okay, that's feel good. Take a break there for a minute, Charles. You take a break, Sensei. So again, now wrestling. You're seeing us standing straight up and down. Get down into wrestling stance. We're in here. The person's reaching for this leg right here. There's my block, inside block. Do it again, please. And here, there's my inside block. Now from here, I'm going to be trying to go around him because we're going to be using the Russian 2-on-1. Inside block. Going for the other leg, maybe I'll bait him. Stick that leg out there. Again, here. I'll bait him, bait him. So I got that leg inside there. My inside block, to my Russian 2-on-1. Okay, back over here, please. Again, here, the outside block. I pushed his hand away this time. Now look what he gave me. Nice leg. The other side, bait this leg, outside block. Coming around, still picking him up, bringing the outside. Going for a head tie-up. Use that hand, please. Head tie-up. Inside block, outside block. Here we are again. Back to my Russian 2-on-1. Other side. He's tying up. Inside block. Again. Inside block, outside block. Look what he gave me. Also notice where my hand is at. In Wing Chun, we like to take him back to the center. I'm pushing back here, not down here doing nothing. I have him off balance. Also have him out of the screen. There we go. Push him off balance. Okay, so I have my inside block, he's reaching for my leg. My inside block, he's reaching for my leg. Pulling it out, exposing this area. Reaching for my leg, outside block. I'm on the outside. Nice legs here. A whole lot of stuff to walk away with. Okay? All right. So let's do it again. You guys go ahead. This time do more wrestling, so bend down a little bit more, like a wrestling style. Okay, that's good. All right. Okay, let's go move on. Russian 2-on-1. I made my block. Either I'm going to draw him out and make him reach for my hand. I'm coming reaching for his head. He's made a connection. I went to go tie up with him. He made a connection. He made the connection for me. It doesn't matter. I got my connection. Going for a head tie up. He made the connection. That's what I want. From here, block in, arm drag, straight into Russian 2-on-1. Now, when you use a Russian 2-on-1, you want to make sure that your feet are not in front of his feet, because he's going to sweep you or grab your leg, pick it up, and you're in trouble. And don't say I taught you that. Here, when you've got a Russian 2-on-1, you want to be back here, and you want to make sure that your shoulder is on top of his shoulder. Most people make the mistake of using a Russian 2-on-1 and pushing down on the arm here. As you see, I don't have a whole lot of leverage. If you put your shoulder on here, on top, nice and tight, he's going to go exactly where I want him to go. Okay, stand him up. He can go back that way too if I want, or back that way, as long as I'm using my shoulder. This, though, on the bicep, isn't going to give you anything. Russian 2-on-1. I'm nice and spread out, so I can go anywhere I want. His elbow is supposed to be in the middle of your chest. If he's not there, his hand is turned this way, turn it. Put the elbow in your chest. Now I can put this pressure against him. In high school, you're not going to be able to put a lot of pressure for arm bar like they would have in UFC, where you can come down, look, Ma, no hands. Butt tap. Russian 2-on-1 here, driving it down. First thing in high school, most of the kids learn, and what you counter is to push against the head. So he's going to push against my forehead, trying to push me away. I'm going to hang on to this hand, drop down, take this hand, push this hand up. Notice I'm pushing above his elbow, above here. If I push here, he can pull his hand back out. So make sure that this comes above his elbow. It also sets me up for my double leg takedown. This way. Again, see, when it goes to tie up, I made my bridge inside or outside, took it off, Russian 2-on-1. He blocked me with his head, his hand on my head. I'm going to drop down and push up at the same time. Past this elbow. Drop down, push up. I'm down on one knee, but I'm still up. I'm not down here. I'm up in a good position. I'm still attacking. My hand is here. I can pick it straight up, walk on, take them both. Russian 2-on-1 with a head block. All right? You guys want to play with that, please? One of you guys do it, the other guy do it. Stay inside. Russian 2-on-1. Make sure you take that hand across the way. He's trying to tie up to me. Boom. I took his hand off. This time I blocked it this way, upward block. Could have been downward block, sideways, this way. Back in here and changing it over. Again, I got my Russian 2-on-1. From here, if he pulls his hand back to low, I'm going to go down and take his ankle. If he pulls his hand back at the knee level, I'll take his knee. If he pulls his hand back to his waist, I'm going to body lock. That's what we did still a minute ago. If he pulls his hand up and gets it over my shoulder for some reason, now I'm looking at a shoulder throw, which is illegal for the high school. especially a drop seonagi. Got a nice whizzer on him right here. I'm just going to rotate under, step between his legs, drop down. Pulling him over, pulling this tight, 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 tight. You're in the way. Your shadows in the way. Okay, he pulled it out, went around, dropped down, both knees, pulling him down. Nice little throw. Okay, that's a regular shoulder throw. Okay, one more time, this side. Blocked it, brought it in, Russian 2-on-1. He tries to pull it out. I'm following it around, step between his legs, rolling down, pulling this as tight as you can, hold on that shoulder, nice and softly laying him down. Right? The next one would be a sag. This is a Greco move. So again, tying up whichever way we get in here. See, he's holding my hands this time. He's tying up here. I still can get my Russian 2-on-1 right here to here. If he wants to fight me, I'm fighting him, and he takes me that way, then I'll take that hand. So it doesn't matter if he's holding me or not, I can still get my Russian 2-on-1. It doesn't, he can hold one, I can hold one. Here, Russian 2-on-1. Okay? All right, from here, again, if he's down at his ankles, I'll take his ankle. If he's at his knee height, I'm going to take his knee snaps. If he's into his waist, I'm going to take his body lock, bring him down. If he pulls it out, I'm going to use the shoulder throw or this. It's called a sag. From here, you step out to the side. That's what I like about a sag is you're at the side. Unlike judo, it's not a sacrificial throw to where my hips are inside. I am stepped out to the side of him, and now I will arch backwards and throw. That'll be another film. Again, tie it up, whichever way we tied up, whichever way I had to get my Russian 2-on-1. I took my Russian 2-on-1, he pulled it out, away from me, stepped to the side of him, hang it on, nice and tight, back arch, look for the mat, and you're good. Okay, I think that's all we got for tonight. Sean and Chaz, they're going to play around a little bit, and then we'll call it a night. Thank you very much. Okay, so you guys kill each other. Again, okay. Charles Miller, Sensei Sean Donahue, thank you very much. See you next time. All right. Nice job, guys. Nice.
Well, I mean...